Well, hello Pisces, this is Joe and I'm going to do your mid-June 2020 general speed tarot reading. This is going to be about a 5-minute reading and we're just going to try and get right to the point as quickly as we can for a quick check-in. This could be about any subject or topic. Who knows what will come out. Remember, this is a general reading. It's not going to resonate with everybody. This is an intuitive reading. I always rely more on intuition than I do the traditional tarot meanings. And with that said, we're going to kind of dig into it and see what happens leading you into mid-June. What is going on in your life? We're going to pull one of these as theme. We have Deep Knowing. Okay, so Deep Knowing, that's a good start. I like that. I love that card. That to me is being sure of where you're heading despite what reality may be telling you at the time in your circumstances. So you might feel like things aren't really going the way you want sometimes, but you know that you are destined for a certain place, a certain thing, a certain event, or a certain purpose. Whatever that is, you have the knowing that no matter where you're at right now, the circumstances do not dictate that profound knowing of your purpose, your life path. So let's see what we get here in the cards. I love that deep knowing, because that to me is just being sure about something in the face of adversity or uncertainty. Alright, and what is on the bottom of the deck? We have the Star. Oh, this came out just in the last reading. The Star, I love the Star. This is a very well shuffled deck. I shuffled beforehand, but let's move these over and let's talk about this. So you have the Deep Knowing. And so this is really saying you know what it is that you know what it is you want. You know what it is you're seeking. You know what it is what you're purposed for. And I feel like you believe you have a purpose and you are sure of yourself on that. You also have a belief in something that is bigger than the kind of mundane feeling of life, and to you it's not enough to just live life like the Joneses. You have a bigger belief in your path, your purpose, and to me this is also wishing for the fulfillment of that to manifest in your life. So where are you coming from in going into mid-June? What is the circumstance? 10 of Coins. Nice. So this isn't just about financial stability, but this is about and not just about the material, but this is about health and overall well-being. So either you are coming from that, or that is what you are really focused on going into mid-June, is the overall well-being in life, in your surroundings. What are you thinking? 8 of Swords. That's interesting. So the 8 of Swords is what is on your mind. What is it that you are thinking about? And you might feel like you are stuck in something that despite your deep knowing and having that that desire for something bigger, something more purposed in life, you might feel like you are stuck, like you're trapped, you can't get out of a circumstance or a situation, or you just might feel like that you have been in the same energy for a very long time and you're ready to break free from that. But I think that you can set yourself free, and I think maybe you're just starting to realize that. So what are you feeling? The Fool. Okay, so you want to break free. You want that new beginning. You want a new path, a new plan. You want to go in a completely different direction, or you're ready to pick up and start over and try again if you've attempted or made attempts to go after something and you may have had setbacks. But the Fool is saying that you're not giving up. This is childlike faith, and you have the Star card, and a lot of times the Star card to me is about faith and belief. So you have the childlike faith and you have the mature faith, and you have the deep knowing. So you are very, very, very determined and have a very high level belief in your purpose, your destiny. And so I love this because despite feeling stuck and despite not being able to, as you perceive it, move out of some things that have you bound up and not able to break free, despite having that feeling, you have the belief that that's going to happen. And I think belief to me is everything. You have the 10 of coins, so I don't think you are coming from a place of stability that you, in the sense that it's not where you want to be. Now, you might have material well-being, but it's not fulfilling. Or you might have that desire to have more stability, and that is what you're going after. So this can play out a number of different ways. But let's look at what's in your shadow side here, because this can be very telling. It could be about what you're afraid of the most, what you want the most. It could be about subconscious thoughts and feelings. Page of Cups. Nice. So the Page of Cups. This is about renewed. I don't feel like this is a new passion. This is about a renewed passion. This is about a renewed desire. And I think you are. You may have at one time given up on your more creative aspects in the past, and I think this is really about a renewal, like a revival. That's the word I'm looking for, I suppose. This is like a revival of that, and really being strongly drawn to express your creativity. You might be a very creative, artistic person, whether it's music, arts, writing, any type of thing. And I think this is about that renewed feeling to put that to work for you and to use for you in your life. And I think the deep knowing, you are purposed for something more fulfilling. Stability isn't always about an abundance of money and finances and resources. Stability is about feeling good about where you're at, knowing you have enough and you will always have enough, and not being worrisome over those types of things. Excuse me. But where are you heading from mid-June into July? Queen of Wands. That's nice. Because I feel like you have a nice balance of the elements. You have swords, wands, cups, and pentacles. And they're all very positive cards. Even, I know the Eight of Swords isn't a positive card, but that's the realization. That's half the battle, knowing where you're at and wanting to do something about it. But overall, the rest of the cards are all fantastic, very positive. The Queen of Wands, well, I'm going to go with what I feel intuitively. And I feel like a lot of you are solo. Like you're on your own, or you might just feel like you are on your own. And I think this is this isn't about money. This is about being self-reliant and not having to answer to anybody, being very independent. I feel this feeling of independence that is very strong coming from you. And maybe you are independent in that sense because you've relied on people in the past, and it's always put you in a situation where once you get comfortable and kind of surrender to a relationship dynamic, you kind of start to become dependent on one another. And I think that has failed you before many times in the past. So I feel like you are just going solo, and I think you are relying on your dependence, self-reliance, and I think you are going to probably, if you're single, I think some of you are going to just move forward in that because that is when you're most productive. You don't have any distractions, and you have this just deep desire for what it is you want to bring you that sense of fulfillment. All right, so let's just explore the Queen of Wands for a minute. 'Cause that's the card I'm most interested in, because that's the one that's probably a little bit vague to me. But I think it does represent to me your independence, and I just don't feel like it's about, to you this isn't about things materially in that sense, the world. So your independence is going to lead you to, it's going to bring you kind of a closing out of a cycle in your life, and in that closing out of that cycle is going to bring a much freer, lighter energy into your reality. It's going to bring things into your reality that just feel a lot easier, and things I think will come easier. I think you have that deep knowing, and so when you have that knowing, even if you don't know specifically all the time exactly what you're doing, where you're going, how you're going to accomplish it, you know that your path is divinely guided, and you tap into that, and trust your intuition. You trust your belief and your faith and your purpose, your destiny, and you believe in that destination that is in your near future at some point. And so this independence really does, at some point down the road, bring about the feeling of having everything you really want, and not things, but just having things the way you really want them in life. I think this is a great reading, and I think this is very positive. It's like coming out of that stuck feeling, that trapped feeling, and being powerless. And so now this is about no longer being powerless, but being in your power and being empowered. So with that, I'm going to end it because I went over the 5 minutes, and I just want to make sure I got the message out. So with that said, have a great rest of your day. Don't forget to like, subscribe, or leave a comment, and I will talk to you again soon. Thank you.